So, how would you like a simple exercise that you can do when you feel stressed out and feel anxious? Some kind of simple self soothing exercise you can do almost anywhere. Well, today I've got a special guest with me, Jason Denham, and he's going to walk us through something that he discovered that he's going to pass along. I think you'll find really, really helpful. My name's Eddie. I'm with a Mindful Emergence, and where we offer simple steps to help people get unstuck and improve the quality of our life. And this particular video is up on our YouTube channel. It's in our playlist called Simple Steps from Expert Guests. So if you're watching this video, and you obviously are, you might want to check out some of the other videos. We upload twice a week, new videos. So subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any other videos. And of course, we love it when you leave comments. And if you feel like giving us a thumbs up, that would be great too. So, Jason Denham is living up in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, nestled in the mystic San Luis Valley at Joyful Journey Hot Springs Spa. It just sounds amazing. He's the owner and founder of Grateful Moves Trauma Conscious Recovery Coaching. He offers services for one-on-one coaching and recovery or lifestyle. Jason integrates yoga, Pilates, and meditation to connect mind and body when there aren't yet words to be spoken. He's also trained in active, isolated stretch therapy to increase mobility, heal injury, and it can be used as a means to work through trauma. And he's got tons of other stuff going on. And after he shares his simple tip for us, we'll fill you in so you can know how to find out more about Jason and get in touch with him if you want. So, what did you learn and how does it work, Jason? Stress, anxiety relief.
Well, it's wild. Right after an introduction like that, and you hear it all out. Like the thing I'm about to introduce is so simplistic. It's wild. But the thing that I learned was a part of a class where we were doing breath work in the Sudarshan Kriya. And it was really intense breath work. But this happened to be this little wonderful nugget of really simple breath work that can help to soothe those stressors. Say if you're about to give a presentation or have to stand up and do something in front of other people that could be a little challenging. It can also be a way to dial back some tension that might be from any number of the myriad of different challenges that we're experiencing in modern day life. And if you blink, you'll miss it. It is this. Just that simple little HMMMM, if we were to spell it out. And this is one of the ways that we could self-soothe those stressors and reduce anxiety just by creating vibrations through the chest cavity by making that audible sound and remembering that we're taking a breath. So how do we do this breath? I'm so glad you asked. So what we're going to do is inhale through the nose and let the belly expand just a little bit. And then draw the navel toward the spine as we exhale back through the nose and make our sound. It doesn't have to be a really long It can be a relatively short one, just long enough to get that breath in and out. But it could be longer if you like, a little bit more like that Om sound, but with our So let's give that a try, maybe 3 times.
So again, draw the belly button in. So when I'm is the belly extending? Letting go?
So when we're doing the part on the exhale, we're drawing the navel toward the spine
Right.
so that we're actually just encouraging the air out. It doesn't have to
Right.
be a force,
Uh-huh.
but more like a encouragement out.
Got it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now, we can do this by finding our way to a separate space and just doing a few of these breaths kind of like a as needed basis. You can do just as many as you like or just a few. And sometimes we might be around others, and there's this really clever little trick that my teacher taught to us. And that would be you grab a tissue and cover up your nose and just in a moment where you could just get a couple of those breaths and that little bit of vibration which is a self-soothing thing. We even hear small children doing that, moaning if they're crying, if they're feeling an intense emotion. This is something that we can lean into, maybe without the tears.
Hmm.
But hey, if tears come too, that's okay.
So you could do this pretty much anywhere in almost any social situation without feeling self-conscious.
That's the idea.
Hmm.
And
That's funny.
hopefully,
I just
if
did
a little bit of that
it. So is there must be some kind of neurobiology connected to involved in this?
and I do believe that that it is one of those things. Like when I mentioned just a minute ago, that little children do this. We come out, and if you ever watch a small child and the behaviors that they do that seem adorable and seem absurd sometimes, actually they're doing things that are programmed into our very neurobiology and our DNA. Things that are going to help to calm them, to self-soothe them, and that kind of thing. So we take our cues from our youngsters
Hmm.
sometimes. In this case, that little bit of humming can really go a long way.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the vagus nerve.
It does, in fact, especially if we're opening up that throat with that we're getting to the back, and it helps to trigger that vagus nerve.
Yeah, which of course has so many positive effects. And does it help us in terms of bringing us down into that rest and that relaxation, the
You
parasympathetic?
betcha.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
The idea is that when we're doing this and we're going down and we're looking for those vibrations, we are connecting the mind and the body through the breath and these vibrations so that we can assess what's actually going on there. And
Hmm.
sometimes that helps us to interrupt the stories that we might be conjuring that may not actually be reality.
I was just thinking about that. At the very least, it distracts us from spinning out, right? If we get anxious about something, it's a really skillful distraction, but it's skillful in that we're actually doing something not just to distract, but actually to affect the mind body connection.
You got it.
It's so interesting, Jason. I've been guilty of thinking that I got to solve problems as I view them with really
Mm.
complicated, difficult things. Well, I got to read a book about that, or I got to talk to a therapist, or I got to do this. And those things can be helpful. But something as simple as, hmm.
How about that? When did you think that would be an actual technique?
Well, and it's so interesting that children just do it intuitively. you know, what was that book that came out years ago? Everything we need to know was in kindergarten or something like that. It's just watch the kids,
Oh,
see
yeah, learned
see
in
what they
kindergarten.
do,
Yeah.
and they can teach us.
Yep.
Like movement. I know you're a yoga teacher, you're Pilates, just simple movements like that are also very helpful. Well, Jason, anything else you want to add?
Good.
I am going to put information in the content that you provided me that goes through a little bit of the description of this. It'll be with this video. So, folks, when you're done watching the video, go down and there's more information about this. Yeah.
Right on.
So,
Yeah.
how can people get a hold of you? And is there anything that you're doing that's coming up that they should really know about? Keeping in mind
Sure thing.
when this is coming out, and this video is dated, so if you see it 6 months from now, what Jason is offering may not be available. But
So the way that you can get in contact with me is through my website, and that's at www.gratefulmoves.com. That's GR, the number 8, FULMOVES. And you can search for me in all the social media places, finding me the same way.
mhm.
One thing that I'm working on right now is a retreat at Joyful Journey Hot Springs Spa.com will also get you there. And it is for healthcare givers and it is for professional healthcare workers. So the idea being that we give a little bit of self-stewardship and anxiety-reducing techniques like these to the people who've been taking care of us throughout this
Mhm.
wild and crazy year. So we will be running, hopefully, for a year through that.
Oh,
So no
great.
matter when this comes out, it'd be a good idea to hop over to joyfuljourneyhotsprings.com and check out and see what we were offering in retreats, where we can also sit in lithium infused hot spring waters and restore.
Who would want to do that?
I can't imagine anybody would.
So you're in a yurt up in the mountains, and what's the nearest city or
So
town?
I am in the Baca, and that is right next to Crestone, Colorado, which
Oh,
is said
wow.
to be one of the most positively energetically charged places
Yeah.
on the planet.
So great place for people to get away. And what a great tip that you offer, Jason. And so much appreciated. And as I mentioned before, check down in the description for the information on how to get a hold of Jason. And appreciate it very much, man. You take care.
Take care.